Hello guys and welcome to Facebook Live by Selfish Contributors, and today I have a very important question to ask, which came to me kind of like a huge realization that I had in the past 2 days, and it came to me like this huge desire to share it with you guys, because I do believe that all of us that are in this industry just get trapped into this mentality all the time. So my question for you is, if you're a successful coach, if you are someone that is thriving in your industry and you are helping everyone, you had doing amazing job, you're contributing a lot to this world, I just want to ask you, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about, oh, I want to level up, I want to go to the next level? What is the thing that comes to your mind? Because whoever I ask from coaches, even though they consciously know that this is not the right question to ask yourself, they would start saying, yeah, I would probably start thinking about how to make a better marketing, or how to put out the better content, or what strategy should I use, who should I contact with, who should I collaborate with, what else can I give out there, what else people need. So this is the question that usually comes to everyone that is working as a contributor, and this is one of the first questions that we get. And the funniest thing is that all those questions relate to other people. They relate to what are we giving, they relate to like what are we doing, and they don't really relate to what are we being. And this is a huge shift that I got like I think 6 months ago, when I was like, most of the time that I was living in London, I was all about like working hard, doing my job, like trying to get my content out there, trying to serve this world as much as I can. And if I didn't have a good feedback from people, or if I didn't reach enough people, I would just feel like, oh, I'm not doing a good job, I'm not like contributing as much as I could, I have to put it more out there, I have to create the email list, I have to have a better web page, I have to get someone that will help me with the funnels, with the strategies, with business. And the funniest thing is that if you look what is on the market, you'll see that most of the people that are on the level of being a successful coach, when they think about for themselves that they want to level up, they will always say, oh, I need a business coach, I need someone to coach me how to be better in promoting myself, to coach me how to be better to strategize my things that I'm putting out there. But I'm just gonna challenge you, and you're gonna take from it whatever you want, whether you agree with it or not. I'm just gonna challenge you to think about for a moment, what if the thing that you need to level up is your relationship with yourself? What if the things that you need to level up is how you control your thoughts, how you control yourself, how you control your emotions, and how are you feeling? What if that's a secret to have it more, to be more? And the funniest thing is, the majority of people out there, they do believe in law of attraction, they do believe that they can manifest stuff, they can do stuff, but still they got so trapped into doing. If you really believe in law of attraction, if you really believe that there is fate always providing you, and that you are like this in the stream of abundance from the universe, then why the heck do you have to work so hard that you just lose yourself in work? There's like a very huge controversial things happening here. You see people preaching about law of attraction and then working their ass off. And maybe this is like a bit triggering for some of you listening right now, or listening in the recording, because if I would listen this 1 year ago, I would be like, ah, like, you really got me, but I don't believe you. You have to have action. And yes, I 100% stand by action. You have to take a lot of action. However, do the action when it comes as a like impulse. It comes as an inspiration. And the inspiration always comes when you calm your mind. So if you start your day with looking at the schedule and looking at to-do list, and you go by your to-do list and you're just like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, your mind is so occupied with what you have to do that you don't even allow yourself to receive any inspired ideas. So just to clear some things up, like your mind here works as like a receiver of thoughts. So when you are generating your own thoughts, you are actually like, we usually start with low vibrational thoughts of like, what should I do? Or I'm afraid that this is not gonna work, or like, I have to make sure that I'm gonna have enough money in 1 year from now because that's where the money is gonna be needed, not right now. Or all this planning that we do, you know? I have to make sure that in 6 months I'll be there or whatever. However, the only thing that really matters is this present moment. And this 6 months from now will be born from this moment. So if you are able to calm your mind and just listen to whatever comes, what do I need to do right now? And then whatever comes, just allow it to be, and then go into action. Go into action when it comes, not before it comes. Don't think about it. If nothing comes, just have fun, relax, don't do anything. And the funny thing is that I always preach this and I always practice this, and people are like, how should you do that? It's like, I don't get it. Like, what if really nothing comes? Well, then usually what comes is that you have to relax. For example, for me it works like this. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I'll ask my higher self, or whoever you want to call it, just to tell me where I'm needed today. What do I need to do? Who needs me? What are my duties? And then sooner or later, like, I'll get invitations from people, or I'll just hear like in the back of my head, like someone saying to me like, just go there. And the funny thing is that the more you listen, the more you realize that this like someone that comes, like the mind that comes to you, not the mind, the thought that comes to your mind when you are at your point of feeling great, is always the thought that excites you. And it's never the thought of like, we have to work harder, we have to like do this, da, and just go into this pushing energy. Because you can live your life with pushing energy, and there is tons of people out there living their life like this. Tons of very successful people. Yet the problem with the pushing is that you get exhausted. And when you get exhausted, you have a burnout, or you just have to stand back, or you just feel so miserable because you're so in the wrong place because you were pushing yourself there and you were not really enjoying it. And then all of a sudden, when you have everything that you wanted and you open your eyes and you're like, oh shit, I came here by pushing myself to come here, and now I have everything I want, but fuck, this doesn't feel as I thought it will. So this is the most crucial that you have to realize, that what we are striving for are not the end goal. They're like, if you still believe that the end goals will get you that fulfillment, you will sooner or later realize that The end goals are only there to get you somewhere. It's like you are motivated to get yourself there. You will come there if you stick your mind to it. However, you're not gonna feel any difference. Like, for example, first thing that like majority of people project in their goals is freedom. We all want more freedom. Freedom is like such a beautiful state. And when you feel free, you really feel empowered. You really feel like you own it. You feel this love. You feel this good emotions in your body. And usually we say that we need more money to be free. Or when I'm gonna be able to travel more, I'm gonna be free. Or when like I'm gonna finally escape this job, I'm gonna be free. However, emotions of freedom again comes from within. And whatever you do, if your emotional state, so meaning where you are right now, is anxiety, stress, like this tension, anger, like to do more, to be more, you feel like you're not good enough, if this is your emotional base, no matter what you put on this base, you're gonna feel the same. So if you are not having the solid foundation, which is a foundation that would really give you the feelings that you want to have once you achieve your goals, then none of the other goals will actually help. So I'm addressing this to coaches specifically, but it doesn't really matter what do you do. It's kind of like a lesson that everyone can take, and it's all about thinking for yourself, why do you want a specific goal? And when you think about leveling up, like, why do you want to have a better strategy? What will this give you? More money or more clients? What if you level yourself up, meaning you take time for yourself, for your spiritual evolving, for your soul evolving, and you evolve as a person, you go through some lessons, you learn something new, and you just allow these lessons of life to teach you. And with that, you're gonna raise your vibration, and with raising your vibration, you're gonna attract whatever you want. You're gonna attract more clients, you're gonna attract like people. And the funniest thing is, I would actually encourage you to track this for yourself. If you put anything out there on social media while you are in a shitty state, or maybe when you feel like you really need to have a new client, or when you feel like you really need to get more people following you, no matter even if you don't talk about like this publicly, or you just talk about different team, if you have this tension, your posts are not gonna be viewed as much as usually. They're gonna be like less comment, they're gonna have less likes, they're gonna have less engagement. And if you really, really look into it consciously, like with awareness, with like trying to figure out what's happening, you can see a correlation between you having a bad day and you putting a post out there and having a bad post. And there is no marketing here. And then on the other hand, when you open yourself up and you just feel like, today I really want to be honest with my audience, I just want to talk about myself, I just want to talk about how I feel, and you put yourself in this emotional state of acceptance, and you just allow whatever comes to you to just flow, and you accept whatever you're here to deliver, to just go out there, people will resonate with it more. Because what really is the key for people to stop at your post and see it is the vibration they're gonna feel it. You might, like, if you're a marketing strategist out there, you're not gonna agree 100% with it, but you can test it. You can clearly test it. You know how you feel. Don't lie to yourself that you are amazing and like, I'm amazing, I'm really good today, it's like an amazing day, and you're like pissed off. You like, be honest with yourself, and as soon as you share content, say to yourself how you feel. And like, the best thing that it's to do is to just not share it when you feel shitty. And that's the like one thing that I took for myself. Like, as a coach, I was also struggling with this idea that I have to be always there for my people. I have to always give something out. I have to always like fill their mind with some new information. I have to keep them so that they don't get demotivated. And then I was like, wait a second. Can I really do that? Can I really control my audience to not be demotivated, and control my audience to always like listen to my videos and always like put themselves in a peak state? No, I cannot do that. All I can do is control myself and make the responsibility of whatever I'm sharing, that it's gonna be at the high vibration, that it's not gonna be some crappy stuff that people will not gain anything from it. And the funniest thing is, even if you start tracking your clients, you'll see that, for example, when you have a coaching call with a client, and sometimes I feel like some of the coaching calls that I have, that I really didn't bring anything new there, but I would do them in like such an amazing state. Like, I would be like in such an amazing, loving state that I would just feel like, wow, I'm so empowered. And I would go to the call with them, and like 10 minutes in it, they feel like their life is sorted out, like they have no questions, like, oh my god, I got it, like, oh. And I was like, I didn't say anything new, like, this, we discussed this before and you didn't got it, and now it's just like, wow, you've got it, because they were filled up with my energy. So your energy, if you have a higher vibration, you will allow other people to go to a higher vibration. If you have a shitty vibration, you want to coach someone, maybe it will happen that your client is even on the higher vibration than you, and you try to fake your vibration, but in the end of the day, there's no way you're gonna help them. When I was on event of Kyle C's, he said that if you try to help from pain, you're only giving pain. If you try to help from fear, you're only giving fear. And the funny thing is that majority of people in coaching industry don't see this way. That's why they push themselves harder. They will have more sessions, they will have more people, and they will just like really push. And for example, I had situations where I really got through some of the, like, I would say, soul cleansing, so that I felt like it's the end of the world and I had to deal with some emotions here. And like, it would be like, for example, today, and I would have a client scheduled for tomorrow, and I would feel this shitty, and I was just like, fuck, no, I cannot just like cancel the session. But then I was like, if I don't cancel the session, it's very rude from me, because I am in a state where I'm like, I barely handle myself, and I want to pretend that I can help someone. No. I want to first take few days for myself, get myself back on the level where I feel confident, where I feel strong, and from that level, I'm gonna help everyone. And what I'm really teaching, and what I really want to get out to people, is to build this strong emotional foundation. Because if you are building the strong emotional foundation, you will always level up. You will always level up, because you will have these amazing ideas coming that are just gonna be a match with your new vibration, and you're just gonna do them effortlessly, and you won't need anyone on the outside to tell you what should be your next move. And I mean it. And the funniest thing is, whenever I want for myself to get a business coach, no matter how aligned I was with that person, it's like sometimes they saying to me when I was in a shitty state that I started procrastinating was just so like devastating for me, that I felt guilty for going through my own soul like evolving, until the point where I was like really getting myself out of the content and seeing that, holy shit, I need this time for myself, and I don't care if someone is telling to me that I'm procrastinating, because only you know the difference. And the funniest thing is that if you have a goal, if you know where you're going, you're gonna come there. And I'll just ask you, does it really matter if you get your million in the next year or if you get it in the 5 years? Because for me, it doesn't really matter. All I need right now is to live my life comfortably and to have enough money to support my living, to support my traveling, to do what I want to do. And that doesn't mean that I need to buy myself a big house tomorrow, or I need to get myself a nice car and all those like things. Especially because I'm still traveling, I'm still everywhere around, and I don't feel like that's my need right now. And I have no desire to prove it to the world that like I'm able to do it, or that I'm gonna get this big thing so that everyone sees that I have it. No, I need enough to support my desires and to support my soul cravings, not even desires, not ego desires, not like, oh, I want to have this new purse, like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's okay to get it. I get it, like I do it all the time. But on the other hand, like listening more of like soul desires. Like my soul desire was like, I want to go away from Toronto, I just want to go to travel in Sedona for like 5 weeks, and now in 3 days, what is today? Tuesday? On Friday, I'm going to Vancouver for 3 weeks, and I really want to do it, and I want to have enough money to do that. And if I have this, like if I know that like my desire came from my soul, I just know that enough will be provided. It has to be, because otherwise, like, why would you give me this desire? Like, I was stuck to the universe. Like when I went to Sedona, I was talking to the universe because I didn't come up with the idea that I want to go to Sedona. It was like I was sitting there and I was like, I want to go to Arizona. And someone asked me, why do you want to go to Arizona? What is there? I was like, I don't know. I never Googled. I was never there. I don't know where is Arizona. And then when I started Googling it, I saw this place, Sedona, and I was like, yes, that's where I want to go. And it just became so natural to me. But I said to the universe, or to my higher self, or whoever you want to say, I said that if you gave me this idea that I want to go there for like 5 weeks or whatever, provide everything for me. Give me enough money, give me people that will help me to drive around, because I don't plan to rent a car. So I was just like, okay, sort it out for me. And it did. Everything was sorted out. And that's just how it works if you really trust and if you really build the solid inner foundation. And that's all it matters. All it matters is your own peace and your own happiness. And I really, really mean it. And in the end of the day, if you don't have your million tomorrow, and you have it in 5 years instead, but in those 5 years, you'll feel incredibly fulfilled and happy just because you know it's coming. But instead of like trying to sacrifice for happiness, for getting it like few days closer, because it doesn't really matter, you just get it like few days or a year before you will actually get it. So if you're willing to sacrifice your happiness to actually get it, once you get it, you will struggle so hard to get this happiness. Why? Because you were misleading it for so many years. You were away from it for so many years because you were just pushing and you were just fighting to get to the end goal. And I always say to people that I really desire for them to find the happiness first and then achieve their goals. Because if you come to the point when you have all your goals that you ever put on your dream board fulfilled, but inside you feel like, fuck, something is missing, then you have much bigger work to do to start over and start building the foundation. Once you have the whole business built, and you are here with your emotional state. And if you are here and you have a business like that, the business is very shakeable, because your business will only thrive as long as you push, as long as you put so much effort in it. However, if you are leveling yourself up, your business will grow with you, and it just becomes such a big stable thing that nothing can shake it. And there's so many proofs out there. There's so many people that has built their empire by building themselves first. And that's what we are doing in Selfish Contributors. That's why we call ourselves selfish and we call ourselves contributors, because I know if you are building your inner self, you will contribute a lot. Energy contribution is much more than action contribution, what you do for others. The energy that you're sharing out there is much more. And I have a book here. I wanted to read the quote from Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. It really resonates with whatever we were saying today. It says, duty is one of the most abused and misunderstood words in existence. The first duty of every human being is to himself. Every person owes himself the duty of finding how to live a fully and happy life. Beyond this, if one has time and energy not needed in the fulfillment of his own desires, one may assume responsibility for helping others. So only once you have a full and happy life, and if you still have time and you still have energy that is not needed to fulfill you, it's not needed to make you happy, so you have the extra energy, you pour it into, one may assume responsibility for helping others. So that's when you start helping others. And majority of people starting in this industry, coaching industry, they go through transformation of themselves. So, and I think I posted this something on this theme on my Selfish Contributor Facebook group. So if you're not a part of this group, just find it on Facebook and connect. And it was actually, what I posted is how the soul, the cycles of the souls, and how the cycles change through our life. And one of the things where the real journey of the soul starts is when you are let's say this is your normal life, and then you just start dropping, and you just come to the point where it hurts so much that you are willing to see a bigger picture. So it's rock bottom. And when you're in this stage, what usually happens for people is that they experience the opposite state. So they really experience the glimpse of enlightenment. You feel this amazing energy coming through you. You feel this amazing happiness, and you're just wow, this is so awesome. I understand it. I feel it. I feel so free. I feel so happy. And you have this, you go actually from here to here, because one of the things why this happens is we learn everything through contrast. And if you experience this contrast going from here to here, now you know what it's like to be enlightened. You know what it's like to feel happy no matter what's happening around you. But once you're here, this is a state that you get for like a reward for being able to look at your rock bottom from different state, what happens next is that now that you understand how you want to feel and you're strong enough to go through the journey of really shedding all the negative stuff, all the limiting beliefs, everything from your ancestors, throwing it away, you're going through this like soul evolving. And this period of like when it's usually, it feels way worse than the first rock bottom. And this is usually what happens to everyone. So if you experience the glimpse of enlightenment already, and now you feel like you are down there, feeling miserable about yourself, just be aware that this is a part of the process, and this is where you are, and you need to learn about the consciousness. You need to raise your awareness. You need to meditate more, listen to yourself more, and start like shedding away the shade and all the like heavy stuff on you. And the funny thing is that majority of people, when they are here and they got to the point of like, we're gonna show you how good you can feel, here they start a coaching business. This is what usually happens. So you went through something that was your average life. You were sleeping, you didn't know what was happening, your awareness was like just, you were not even aware, you were just sleeping and doing everything as a routine. And then you drop into the rock bottom, and then you lift yourself up to this glimpse of enlightenment, and now you are like, wow, I know what I need to do. I got it. I want to coach people. I want to help people to get to the same thing as me. And that's awesome. And that's where majority of coaches starts. And then what happens is that you start going down. You're going down the spiral, and that's where the real work starts. And the real work is like, you go up, and then you're stable for some time, and then you go down and you go up, and then you're stable, like down probably. But every time you go up and every time you stay stable, you're stable at the higher frequency. So if you are one of the coaches that started at your best and then realize that you have so much work to do, and then feel guilty for having so much work to do, or like, how can I be a coach if I have so much things to do? One of the things that will help you transform the most is actually teaching it. So it's good that you went into it. However, just be aware that nothing on the outside will help you. Nothing, no business strategy, no marketing strategy, no like Facebook ads will help you to create a sustainable business if you don't have a strong, solid foundation. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And like just to explain a little bit more about what do I believe is one of my strongest power that I have. And I do believe that that is my like strong emotional state, and just my really strong ability to control my own emotions and my own thoughts, and being okay with uncertainty. And the funny thing is that even though I probably never shared this out before, the way I started my coaching business was with coaching coaches. That has always like my first clients were coaches. Whenever I showed up, I just attract coaches around me. And I have a huge base of coaches everywhere. And it was really funny because I felt like I didn't felt qualified to do it, but they want my session. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? So all the way from the beginning of my career, I had this feeling that I know how to help coaches and leaders, and someone is actually dealing with a lot of people, someone that is dealing with big business, someone that is dealing with like a lot of stress around how to help everyone. And the only reason why I feel so confident in helping this basically high-end coaches is because I know I have something that we are striving for. We really want to have this control over our thoughts and control over our emotions. However, we often project it in like few like things that will just give it to us. So if you were building your business and you got yourself to the high business, like super successful, I don't know, multi-level, I said multi-level, multi-million business, it's awesome, it's amazing, but do you really feel as fulfilled as you want it to be? And if you don't, this is where you have to level up. This is the only thing that is really important, to level up. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna open the applications for becoming a part of Selfish Contributors community. And the application is gonna open soon, or actually I can just open it right now. So like for the first people, I can open it from the state of just dropping a private message to me. However, it's a very, very limiting thing, and I want to build a community of coaches, and all those coaches that's gonna be a part of the community, they're gonna first go through 3 months of intense, like I can call it like Selfish Contributor Bootcamp, where they're gonna have intense inner work to do. So if you are successful, if you're a coach, a leader, a mentor, someone that is like dealing with a lot of people around you, and you feel like your business is going great and you have things on your like this business abundance level figured out, but you often cannot figure out yourself, or you often feel like you're the person that is the light for everyone, but no one really cares to even ask you how you feel, because everyone just feels like it's supernatural that you are great. And I was talking with a lot of coaches in this industry that are really making a good job, and they all said to me, you know what, there is no one I can talk this with. And like, I don't do any of my work on the surface level. I want to go deep. And even like with everything I ever studied, like from biochemistry, molecular nutrition, even the nutrition itself, it's a molecular, because I always wanted to go the deepest I can possibly go. And even when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to this world, I really went deep into the soul responsibilities that we have. So one of the things that I'm gonna offer those coaches is to actually change the perspective and shift from these human responsibilities that we believe that we have to actually our soul responsibilities that are the only one we have. So yeah, I'm just gonna open the applications right now. If anyone feels called to it, just drop me a private message and I'm gonna share with you everything. It's gonna be like 3 modules, so it's like 3 months program individually with me. So it's only for the serious coaches, leaders, mentors that they just know that finding help on this, how to be like more calm or more relaxed and more happy, it's really hard. I know it's really hard. So I know it was hard for me to find someone, and then I realized that I do incredible service to myself if I teach it. So with teaching it, I just wanted to be a help for myself as well. So yeah, that's it. It's probably a bit long Facebook Live, but I really feel it's super powerful. It has a lot of information, a lot of good stuff. So I'm excited if you were watching this all the time. I'm excited if you're gonna watch it afterwards. Drop me a comment. What do you usually like feel is your first go-to when you feel like you want to level up? And let's have a discussion on it. I really want to hear your perspective. I want to hear your thoughts around it, because once we really know what we want, and we want usually something that's connected to feeling happiness and freedom and peace, everything is easy. And if you really feel that way, you're aligned with things that are on that vibrational level, and that's one of the highest level. I should actually talk about the map of consciousness one day. I will. Alrighty, baby. I'm going to do some work now. Whatever I'm gonna feel called to, and if I don't feel called to anything, I'm just gonna chill. And talk to you guys soon. If you are interested to be a part of Selfish Contributors Coaches, drop me a private message and we're gonna talk from there. Thank you for joining in, and see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.